Welcome back, everyone. The abortion issue could decide the fate of the entire health care overhaul bill. Opponents of the current abortion language want a deal to change it before agreeing to vote for health care reform. Michigan Democrat Bart Stupak is leading that fight. Good morning to you, Congressman.
Good morning.
Well, I don't know who you're more popular with right now. Republicans who don't want health care reform to go through, or conservative Democrats who don't want it to go through for different reasons. But you are holding your feet to the fire on the abortion language. Word was yesterday that you had reached a compromise, potentially, with Steny Hoyer. Set the record straight for us this morning. Did you?
No, there's no compromise with Majority Leader Steny Hoyer. Actually, the person who I've been negotiating with, or I should say having good, positive discussions with, has been Chairman Henry Waxman. He's sort of the person who they've indicated I should work with because the main health care bill came through the Energy and Commerce Committee. I sit on the Energy and Commerce with Chairman Waxman, and we have a good working relationship, and I continue to have positive discussions with him.
Now, the reason that you have problems with the Senate bill is because it allows federal funding for abortion, which you are staunchly against. But you're not alone. How many others have coalesced with you and will vote no on this unless the language changes?
Well, unless the language changes, there's at least 12 Democrats who have said they could not vote for health care unless we get to keep the current law, which says no public funding for abortion. Keep the Hyde language. It's been around for 33 years. Basically, it says no public funding for abortion. Most Americans agree with that. All the polling I've seen, 60%, 61% have said we do not want our taxpayer dollars going to fund abortion. And so we're just sticking to this principle. And we would like to see health care. I want to see health care pass, but there are some principles worth fighting for. This is one of them.
All right. So will you make news with me this morning, Congressman? Will you say on this show that you will not take any sort of a deal to change your mind on this abortion issue?
What I will commit to you and the rest of this country is I will continue to have discussions with the House leadership to try to resolve this issue between us. But the bottom line is there has to be no public funding for abortion. That's been the law for 33 years. The president indicates he doesn't want to change current law. Then let's just put current law in the bill and move forward and work on health care, which we should be working on.
I know that you were traveling yesterday, so you did not see a lot of the dust-up over this deadline that the Obama administration imposed on members of Congress. March 18th, they want this thing done. Do you agree with the president putting deadlines on members of Congress?
Well, I don't know how we can put deadlines on members of Congress when the legislation, especially the president's proposals that he announced last week, those proposals have not been reduced to writing. So it's pretty hard for members to say, yes, I'll vote for, or no, I won't vote for this, when you've never seen the proposal. So I don't like deadlines. I mean, I know we can sort of put things off, but and sooner or later you have to vote. But just to put a deadline without having legislation before us, what if we want to change it?
Right.
Do we have time then to put changes? Do you have time to allow the American people to look at the legislation before we vote for it with this artificial deadline, would be my next question.
Right. That would seem to be the American way. Something else that has become part of American politics is attacks. And now it looks like within your own party, at least people on the far left of the Democratic Party are attacking you because of your stance on this language in the health care reform bill regarding abortion. The liberal blog Daily Costs now has picked up on charges that the condominium that you rent in D.C. from a Christian group, that you're paying too low of rent. And they're calling now for both the IRS and the House Ethics Committee to investigate you. How would you respond to that?
As you said, they've attacked everything from my friends to where I live to my Catholic faith. That's hardball politics here in Washington, D.C. They investigate all they want. There's nothing improper. I no longer live there. I actually pay about the same amount of rent at a place where I live at now. So I've always paid fair market value. There's nothing to do with my positions, and just ridiculous, some of these charges. But I guess when you're in the middle of a fight like this, they attack everything they can.
Well, you got that one right, and you would know as a member of Congress. Congressman Bart Stupak, thank you so much for being our guest. We'll keep our eyes focused on this health care reform bill.
You bet.
Coming up on the show, a wedding with